Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, today I want to talk about a comparison. What I'm talking about is two different stoves. Now, I have used both of these for quite a while. In fact, the Trangia stove I have used for 10 years. And it's part of my Trangia military kit. And this is one of my favorite grab-it stoves, you know, something I can just grab and real quick pop in and heat up something. For one person, this little kit is about perfect. It takes care of what I want to do, and through immersion heating I can heat up anything I want and leave a nice clean pot. But the type of stove that comes with it is the standard old brass Trangia. And I'll get it out here in a second. There. Now, I use the toe of a sock to carry mine in, just to protect and keep it from rattling around in the pot so much. But the old brass type Trangia, it has the O-ring right here. And I've had to replace this O-ring a couple of times over the years. But you've got jets all along the edge. Now, as I understand it, in Sweden and Switzerland and stuff, this is called a storm stove. It's their nickname for it. We just simply call it a Trangia because that's who manufactured a lot of these. And some of them will have a date down here for when they were manufactured and etc. And this goes all the way back to the 20s. And this is a good little alcohol stove. Now, the advantage to this is you just simply pour the alcohol in it. I take my finger or something and dip into the alcohol in the center, and then I'll wet this lip up here at the top. I then touch my lighter to it and it comes up and blooms. It takes it maybe a couple minutes and it'll come up to full flame and generate plenty of heat. You get, at least in my stove with my findings, what I have found, somewhere around 30 minutes burn time is how much alcohol is in there. I get about a 30-minute burn. Now, the other stove we're going to talk about, I carry in my Pathfinder bush pot set. And that's the Pathfinder Stove. Now, this is basically a souped up Trangia design. It has a windscreen right here. A pot stand that you simply take it, squeeze it, put it inside the lip like that, and you set your pot on top of it. On this one, I have the simmer ring, which allows you to adjust the available flame for slow or high cooking speed. And then you have the actual lid that also has a O-ring in it. And this one has fuel in it, same idea as the other one, but it's a good deal bigger. Now, put them back together, and I'll show you them side by side. That gives you a comparison in size. This has a much higher capacity than this, and I've got 45 minutes to an hour out of mine before, kind of on a simmer, I can go a little bit longer than that, but about double the capacity of the standard Trangia. So, as I've been asked now by several of my followers, which one do I prefer? The answer is both, to be honest. I still carry both. For my military type Trangia cook set, I still like the brass one, the original, because it's quick, it's easy, it comes up to temp a little faster than the Pathfinder. But that's not the Pathfinder's fault. The Pathfinder is a much larger capacity and it's made out of stainless steel. It takes longer for that metal to wick the heat and therefore come up to bloom, because the bloom is the alcohol is heated by the flame. This causes it to transfer from liquid state to gaseous state, which is forced up through the jets and burns like a gas stove at home. However, this being stainless and bigger in mass, it takes longer for it to come up to the bloom because it's got to heat this bigger thermal mass than the small brass one. So this, if we're talking about 5 minutes of cooking, this is going to be the winner hands down, the old brass one. If we're talking about I want to put a pot on and have it boil 30-40 minutes, the Pathfinder is the way to go. This has been pushed in service several times when the power's gone out. We've simply taken a wooden cutting board and flipped it over the top of our stove, sat this on top and heated up chow right there. It's a great little stove to have if you don't already have one. But as to boil times and things like that, that's going to apply to you. What is your ambient temperature? What is your barometric pressure? How cold is the water? How big is the pot? All of those variables. And there are tons of videos out there where people do head-to-head boil times. In my experience, yes, it's sort of relevant, but it isn't the deal breaker that some people think it is. Because it's been my experience that the temperature is going to change, barometric pressure is going to change, burn time is going to change, and you just have to take it on a step-by-step basis. This is not a bushcraft microwave oven that you're going to sit it down, throw a spark to it, and poof, in 90 seconds you've got hot chow and everything's beautiful. It's something that's got to come to bloom. It's got to have its own time to come up to simmer and get to where it needs to go. Now, it fits inside my Pathfinder bush pot, and I've showed this in other videos fairly recently. And I've got all my little kit and accessories in there. It all rides inside my carrier. This is really my weekend set. This is my, I'm going to have several people set. My Pathfinder set is bigger and heavier, but it's going to do it. Also, with that bigger capacity stove, I now have a stove that I can simmer, I can fry, I can cook over long term relative, as opposed to the Trangia, which is a quicker stove. Now the Trangia is going to be my go-to for the quick cook. Slide it in a pocket. Several times I've done that, whereas you've seen recently, I a lot of times carry a little pouch that's got metal tent stakes in it. And so what I'll do is simply stop beside the trail, pull two logs together, sit this on it, put a canteen cup up, poof, I'm good. I ain't even got to gather firewood. Heat up me a can of hot coffee, hot chow, whatever. Blow this out, give this time to cool, be eating my stuff, drinking my stuff when I'm done. If I can lay my fingers on it, it's not too hot for the O-ring. Seal it back up, back in the pocket, and I'm back on the trail. So this being more pocket size, the standard one is a choice. So, to answer the question, Blackie, which one do you prefer? The answer is both. They both serve a purpose. It's just, what is the given job you're wanting me to perform? And now I'll tell you which one of the stoves I want to carry for that job. Because both are good. Both perform very, very well. One of my first videos on YouTube was how to modify one of these Trangia stoves to be a better performer. And I talked about cutting this notch in the back. And so I'll leave a link right here to that video if you want to know how to modify one of these little bitty pots to make it work a little bit better. And if you're wanting to know more about what Blackie carries in his bush pot set, I will put a link to this video here. And you can go and check those out as well. Having used both of them extensively, performance more than adequate, both of them. There isn't really a clear advantage other than speed, the Trangia, long cooking time, the Pathfinder. It's what you want. If I was going to buy one strictly to go into a bag to have for a bug out bag or something for a car to be able to heat up side of the road or whatever, it would be the Pathfinder for that one. If I was looking for one for backpacking, it would be the Trangia. Hope this gives you an idea, guys. Hope this answers some questions. If you have any more questions or things like that you'd like to know about it, please leave it in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.